Greetings, Goblins and Geist.
I'm Jake.
And I'm Blake.
Welcome to
The
Cloudpost. So today we are shuffling up a standard
Selesnya tricks.
Yeah, so this is just kind of a...
It's like my kind of deck, man. You don't build aggro often.
Yeah, well, this is a green-white aggro deck. And yeah, what you're looking... You may have seen this because I think it is sort of a fringe standard deck.
Pause for a second.
Yeah.
Because it's another... it's time for another
Brew and Brew.
Yes, today we have La Esquina.
Yeah.
I said it right?
Yeah.
And it's by Resident Culture. Here's how you spell it. Oh, hang on. La Esquina.
Yeah.
Crazy art on it. Really hard to... but
it's cool. It's a margarita-style sour ale.
Margarita-style sour ale by Resident Culture, who's a brewery in North Carolina.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool. All right, so back to the deck. Actually, let's crack them up and taste them.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
That
Cheers,
nice pop. Cheers.
That's actually more smooth than I expected.
They're good. They're good.
Yeah.
Very good. Margarita style sour ale.
Yeah.
So this Brew and Brew, this is a sort of like a, I guess you would call it like a, a pump effect deck or a a spell combo deck where you get down some of these creatures.
Mm-hmm.
I guess like what I would say the star of the show, in my opinion, being the Illuminator Virtuoso.
He's insane. I wish he had some, because he's just kind of bland for what he is. He's super cool, but that art's just...
Yeah, come on, Stanko. You can do better.
Oh yeah, no offense to Stanko. I feel like he just...
It's not bad art.
He was probably within his limits. Like, hey, I have to make an art, requiring me to make an art for a dude who has like light up blaze in his hand. Okay, is what I did. I'll make a mini Jedi guy.
Yeah.
They did, and he did a good job. But this card's so popular in the French decks because I've seen it in white blue, I've seen it in white green.
Yep.
And honestly, I think I've seen it in some historic decks.
Probably.
I think the historic enchantment deck or whatever.
Yeah.
And dumb good.
Yeah.
Double strike creatures are just typically dumb good, but
they
especially one with connive.
Yeah, connive. So when he becomes targeted, you connive. But what we'll do kind of our traditional deck tech like you're used to so far. So we'll kind of go through these spell slots. You only have one drop creature in this configuration that we're trying today, which is Clever Lumimancer. So it is
cool art.
Very cool art.
Cool art.
Absolutely. Sorry. It's got Magecraft. There's going to be 3 Magecraft creatures in the deck. So whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, +2/+2.
So everything else is that a 1-drop is an instant or sorcery spell.
Absolutely.
Okay, let me run through these. Let me see.
Yeah. So we're gonna do 4 of these Homestead Courages.
Back for 1. That's good.
Yeah,
and,
this
and
card.
Vigilance.
Yeah, and Vigilance.
That's really solid. Okay.
It's good. It just gives it a counter.
So
but
it gives you a
Vigilance
chance against the other aggro decks to block.
Correct.
All right.
Yeah,
and
I do like that.
Typically big, I assume.
They get big. Yeah, Vigilance is relevant, and the flashback is just really cool because it's you draw this one spell, you cast it one turn, but it's waiting for their next turn.
Also cool.
Yeah, cool art.
These villagers are ready to go.
They are.
Ham. Like they're gonna kill some werewolves. They're ready to go.
I mean you've got an axe, a pitchfork, and a meat cleaver. Yeah. So you have to be able to get your damage through.
I love this one.
So you're gonna play charge.
Any card that cycles and has an ability for.
Yeah. This card is always good to draw because cycling or being a cantrip, get your damage through. Yep. You are playing a bunch of effects like this to protect your creatures because you are basically all in on these creatures. But Snakeskin Veil,
so powerful,
hexproof, and it gets a counter. So you're playing Vastwood Fortification. This is going to be on the weaker end of the spells, but it is a land.
It's a land, so that's cool. And how many lands do we run?
Yeah, so prior to
so you run 18 lands,
18 lands, up to 24, or excuse me, 26. But we'll get to that. So you don't all the time play this as a land, but depending on your hand,
otherwise, it's just a +1/+1 kind of weak. But
it is an instant, so you can surprise people with it. Unlike, say, the Homestead Courage.
Okay.
And then Wild Shape is very, very flexible. This is
1 mana.
Yeah, it's 1 mana. It's one of the more powerful spells because you can make your creature hexproof, so it doubles as like more Snakeskin Veils.
You can make it reach.
You can make it reach, which sometimes that's the least used mode for sure, but sometimes it's good.
You never know when you need to kill that flyer.
And it's also like a charge through. because you get your
The
damage through.
trample,
You
the
become a
trample.
trampling elephant.
Plus, it pumps it up to a 3/3.
Yeah.
It doesn't. So when I saw this earlier, I thought it took away the abilities and made it like base creature.
No.
Like this is all it has. No, it gets those plus whatever ability is going.
Yeah.
So if it is the Illuminator, right,
yeah,
it gets the +1/+1 and the connive, and it's a 3/3, and it's like whoa, what?
and it's double strike, and it's trample.
Like, dude,
yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Like, what did I just hear?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So you know, it'd be funny, and just a funny card in this deck. Like, I wouldn't suggest running,
right?
But just because of how many like keywords we just used there, the Eater of Virtue artifact.
What
card,
is that?
If your creature dies and it has any abilities like double strike, trample, lifelink, that they get stuck into the sword, and anytime you equip that sword to the next thing, they get those keys. Kind of funny to use.
Yeah,
I don't know if it'd be
could
amazing.
be clunky, but at the same time, yeah,
it's a clunky fun.
It would
card.
work though.
Yeah.
It would work
with all these crazy things.
Continue, so, yeah, you've got your 2 drops. We're running.
So he's just a double strike connive 1/1.
Yeah, he's your best case scenario.
Is a rare.
Yeah, it's
an
rare
card.
But yeah,
this deserves more.
Yeah, yeah. He's your best case scenario creature wise, but you also are running Leonin Lightscribe.
He's a rare, and they should.
So you think, yeah, well,
they should switch.
Yeah, but this is a 2/2 for 2. And
Stephen
then
Belladin did hard on this one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I do love it.
He's got the inks in the background.
Yeah, they're creeping. But yeah, so he just gets +1/+1 to your team.
The whole thing.
Yeah. Which counts itself. So
until the end of turn though. So I mean.
Yeah. Then you're running Shejiri Shelter. Super good card.
Obviously, just swing in and don't get blocked.
Yeah. Pro their blocker color or protect your creature.
No blocks.
You're running Show of Confidence. Super fun card.
This is the Storm card, right?
Yeah, it basically is Storm. You know, when you cast it, copy it for the other instants and sorceries. So if you're on a turn where you've got like, you know, say just even like 4 mana, in theory, you could cast 2 1-drops. So say you have your Virtuoso, you Homestead Courage it. Okay, it's probably a 3/3.
Actually, hang on, real quick question. Say you have the Virtuoso, like you're saying,
right?
And you just have 1 Homestead,
right,
from your hand. You play it again, and then you play the Show of Confidence.
Yes,
and it counts as.
Yes. Oh. Well, it's copy it for each other instant and sorcery spell you cast this turn.
It counts as 2 casts because you flashback.
Counts at 2 casts, and this does at least do this self twice, I believe. In my experience,
it's the one and then the other.
Yeah, because it still counts you casting itself.
Okay, well let's see how it plays out.
No, excuse me. It reads it right there. Copy it for each other. So it doesn't,
so
but
3.
It would be 3. And then these are +1/+1 counters, and with the Virtuoso specifically,
so that would be 5.
You're conniving each copy though, because you're targeting it with each copy.
That's very
so. It's kind of like the standard, Jeskai Storm, like Goldspan Dragon decks, where you're like getting all the value from Show of Confidence. But yeah, so no, it's huge. You are running 4 Drangonsguard Elite as well. It is the other Magecraft, which this card's awesome just because it's a counter.
You got the cool promo art. I like
it. That one's cool. And then that's the deck. That's the deck. You've got your mana base. Yep. 4 farmland, 4 pathway. You are running 2 tapped.
What is this? What is this tech? Playing tap lands?
We are playing 2 of these just for the fixing of it. Yeah, we're playing 2 little
this
tap
card
lands.
Always trips me out because if like you turn it sideways, it still works. It's so strange.
The
tree's
man,
like it looks
I have
that's
never
the land. Like,
thought about that, but yeah,
it's trippy looking.
It is trippy. And then just 4 of each basic, so very straightforward mana base, very straightforward deck.
Quick question: Which of these 2 lands do you like the art of?
Ooh, which one are you saying now?
Yeah, the basics. Your basic lands. Which one do you like better?
Oh, definitely the forest.
You sure you like the forest more?
Yeah.
You know, it'd be cool if people liked this video.
And subscribe to this channel.
And subscribe to the channel. Yes, that would be fantastic.
It would be. So if you enjoyed this deck tech, it's been another Brew and Brew.
Brew and Brew.
Catch us for the matches.
A game in a second. Yeah, absolutely. Matches we go.